Hello, my name is Jeff Cross, and this is Trade Talk. Today I'm with a good friend, Peter Crosa, an active independent insurance adjuster who lives in Florida, so warmer weather for Peter. How are you today?
I'm good. It's sunny and 73 degrees here in Clearwater,
Yeah.
Florida.
Well, Peter, I notice you're wearing a Texas sweatshirt, so we're going to talk about Texas today. Uh, you know, I got up this morning, it's in the news. I see people, mainly ladies on camera, crying
Mm.
about what they're going through. Pipes are breaking. I've seen waterfalls in homes and frozen water hanging from ceilings, and you've seen it too. One of the things I saw in the news this morning was one lady was complaining, crying about how they can't get help from the insurance companies. They have insurance. They said we can't work with them. They're not helping us. What do you say to that?
Well, this is a very unusual situation. It's catastrophic. Companies can't get adjusters there quick enough. But let me give you one little piece of advice, and I don't want to say I told you so, but when people go shopping for insurance and they get a premium from a company that has been fairly reliable, and it's, let's just say, $1,000, and you shop around and you find a company who's going to sell you that same coverage for $500, you think that's a better deal? Let me explain to you the reason they can offer that premium at half the price is because they have no support staff. So when you have a claim, you're going to be out in left field by yourself. Okay, it's like the difference between an insurance company that says my adjusters can only handle 40 claims a month versus an insurance company that says I'm going to load my adjusters with 400 claims a month. Nobody's going to get service. So be aware when you go to buy insurance. But under this circumstances, even if I was, as an adjuster, got your claim, I couldn't get to your house. There's no way to transport over the roads to get there. So you're on your own for the time being. And let me tell you what the policy requires of you. You got to mitigate your own damage. So if it's going to cost you a few $100s to get somebody to come and shut that running water off or do a temporary repair to the pipe, you have to do it. And you're going to have to pay out of pocket until you can be reimbursed, if you're going to be reimbursed. And then the policy also requires you to do a couple of things: separate damaged from undamaged property and so on. So it's going to be a while. It's a high expectation to think that your insurance company is going to be out there within a few days to take care of your claim, because hundreds of thousands of people have been affected. People have died because of no power and no water.
Well, Peter, I guess a couple of questions come to mind. One, are these frozen pipes that are breaking covered by most insurance policies? I think that would be true, right?
I think the answer is yes. Most insurance policies would cover that. Yes.
And on the other hand, don't most insurance companies, or many of them, do the adjusting by phone, or do they actually send somebody out? I'm hearing both
Well, it
sides.
depends on the company. Different companies have different philosophies, and they try and do this remotely. But many will send adjusters. So there's no way to predict, whether you're going to have a live adjuster. But if you don't have a live adjuster, that's actually not bad, because then you arrange for your contractor to come give you a bid and a quote, and that's it. You submit your claim ASAP. Take plenty of photographs if you're a homeowner. And again, notate all of your damage. You're going to have to make an inventory if you have personal belongings that have been affected. What's damaged, how much it costs, or how much it would cost to replace, how old it is. Those are things that they want to know.
So if you lived in Texas right now and your house was flooded and you got all this stuff going on, would you just hire a contractor and knowing that you're going to get reimbursed, or most
If
likely
I
would
can
be?
afford it, I would do that. And I would keep track of all the costs. And, if you get a contractor that's a known brand, for example, there are large companies that do a lot of insurance company work. Chances are you'll be better off than if you use some guy who's working out of his pickup truck to do your repairs, although that may be your only option because everybody is covered up with work. But just document. And if you can afford it, you incur the expense. They're going to have a hard time denying that claim under these legitimate circumstances.
Another comment on the news was the complaint that insurance companies don't have a standard that they follow across the board. one company does things one way, one another. Is there some kind of standard or expectations for insurance
Well,
companies?
yeah, the minimum standard is the insurance policy, and most of them are standardized insurance policies. So all the policies
So they
more
are
or
about
less
the
read
same.
the same. If you've got an HO3, which is the most common policy for a homeowner, HO3, all the language is the same. So the difference is the insurance company's philosophy on how to service that language, that policy. And therein lies the difference between paying X amount for premium or half of that amount for premium. You get what you pay for. And my son is a student crisis counselor at UT Austin, and they have had the triple threat. They had no power, freezing temperatures, and no water for about almost 7 days. So it's kind of apocalyptic. But he, being an Eagle Scout or a former Eagle Scout, knew exactly what to do. So they stayed at home. They camped out in their living room to keep the warmth within this tented area. And he had 2 cats as well. And he's been boiling snow for drinking water because they had no water. And flushable toilets, he had to get snow and you melt it down in order to flush the toilet. Then because they were so cold and they couldn't get warm, they moved. They heard that the university had some power in his office building. So they went there and they camped out there and have been there with a couple of other families who had to go there on an emergency basis. Because, I mean, it's one thing to be freezing cold. It's another thing to lose power, but then on top of that, to lose water. So you have no clear water, you have no transportation. Nobody could ship anything in there. We would love to have sent them a care package. We couldn't even do that because there's no transportation. The roads are just covered up. So it is. And now he says that with the thaw, pipes are, the ruptured pipes are starting to flow. So you can imagine.
Yeah. Well, Peter, thank you for your time today. We'll let you get back to your Florida t-shirt next.
Okay, Jeff. Take care.